hiding the actual detective work.
Which is exactly why we are unpacking that specific narrative today. So, in this deep dive, our mission for you listening is to sort of decompose and distill the true global origins of modern science.
And we have some incredible source material for this.
We do. We are pulling heavily from a really comprehensive academic article on comparative civilizational history, and it's titled The Journey of Knowledge From East to West Erased Traces.
It's a fascinating paper.
It really is, because when you look closely at the sources we're examining today, you realize that the foundations we use every single day, the numbers, medicine, astronomy, they have these deep, largely uncredited roots in Eastern civilizations.
Yeah. And to really understand how this knowledge was transferred to the West and, well, fundamentally rebranded in many cases, we have to start by looking at what was actually happening in the East.
Right. We have to look at the mechanics of the stuff we still unconsciously rely on today.
Exactly. So let's start with something literally every single person listening to this has looked at today, which is a clock.
Oh, yeah. The base 60 thing.
Right. We divide a minute into 60 seconds and an hour into 60 minutes. And, if you draw a circle, it's 360 degrees.
Which feels like a universal law of nature, but it's not.
Not at all. That base 60 system comes directly from the Sumerians in ancient Mesopotamia. They used a sexagesimal math system. But I think what gets lost in the trivia there is the actual why. Like, why base 60?
Yeah, why not base 10 like we use for everything else?
It actually comes down to practical divisibility. If you're an ancient society and you're trying to manage complex trade networks or divide plots of agricultural land or map out the stars, you need a system that handles fractions cleanly.
Ah, that makes sense.
Right, because the number 60 is highly composite. You can divide it evenly by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, and 30.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Try doing complex fractions with our base 10 system without a calculator, and you just end up with really messy decimals.
Exactly. So base 60 was this incredibly sophisticated mathematical tool for its time.
And they were doing some pretty serious geometry with it, too. The sources highlight this Babylonian clay tablet dating back to around 1900 BCE called Plimpton 322.
Oh, that tablet is mind-blowing.
It really is. It lists Pythagorean triples, which for anyone who hasn't taken geometry in a while, that's the a squared plus b squared equals c squared rule for right triangles, like the 3, 4, 5 triangle.
Right.
But this tablet is listing these mathematical solutions 1,500 years before Pythagoras was even born.
Which tells us they weren't just, stumbling into good engineering.
Mm-hmm.
They'd actually formalized the abstract mathematical proofs required to build complex structures.
Yeah.
And you actually see that same transition from theoretical to highly practical applications in early Egyptian